Okay, so we are in Mordenot. There's a couple of things for me to do here. Among them are what we're going to start out with, which is advancing the ARR Relic quest. But we've also got Thordon Extreme to unlock. Greetings, Archon. Your bard has been gazing forlornly at the door for days, awaiting your return to the seventh heaven. Pray see but be so kind as to indulge the suffering fool, and favor him with one of your epic tales. It seems his inspiration has run dry once more, and only a draft of your most excellent adventuring vintage will stake his creative thirst. Okay, minstrel boy. Minstrel ballad. Archon, at last, in muted agony have I lingered, longing to hear the hero himself speak of his epic deeds in Ishgard and beyond. The frozen tundra you braved, and into the vault of heavens you ascended, to a sacred peak, both temple and tomb, to a ruined city, reborn and resettled, to a citadel of the ancients you ventured, parting the misty veil of millennia. The journey made by you and your companions has made its mark upon the stars, and I would hear the tale in its entirety. Upon which, Archon told a story. Your words have worked a miracle upon my melancholy heart. New verses arise unbidden and threaten to spill from my lips. My harp. I must have my harp! Okay, what's your song this time, buddy? Song of war twixt worm and man, some 1,000 years ago began. Mortals grasp for godly might, defaming name of king and knight. Nauseous law for woe and weal, did holy will meet righteous steel. Hence his high divinity, compelled by light to bend the knee. What say you, if I capture the spirit of your triumph? Pray forgive any small liberties I may have taken with the details. One cannot evoke the proper picture of your glory without a certain measure of embellishment. So that unlocks Minstrel's Ballad, Thornton's Reign. And this, as before, leads me to do Coils of Bahamut. Something's in here. This is... Gods of Eld. Yep. Thanks for coming. Hi is my name, and I serve a friend. Sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of the beings known as icons. Are aware of the threat, you say? But I speak of honor of the primals, which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon and the beings to which it refers precede the Garlean Empire by eras. See, it is the name by which the Allagans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them. Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Allag have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Oriandra, how kind of you to join us. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The Icons of Eld. In the distant past, these mighty beings had offered fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. Not end with capture, as you will know, for the Allegans also learned how to harness the Icon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Ozisla, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they assailed three of the beings, the Warring Triad. It was first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Ozisla. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the Icons were severely damaged. Doubt not, but they will fall completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You are simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Caught, for there is hope still. Through swift action we may yet prevent their awakening, and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. Two savage gods have returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those Icons in their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Yono Unukulhai shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy. For the time being, at least. To prevent the awakening of the Warring Triad, then Bismarck must be cast on once more. I'm aware of the rather unorthodox method you employed to lure out and slay the White Whale before, and had a mind to follow established precedent. Said, islands are not easy to come by. I should hope it is not necessary, but you may as well throw this gemstone to Chief Sonu. He will notice the weeping eye of the Monokumanai, it will ensure that he is completely committed to our cause. Oh, and before you ask, I have already informed Master Garland of our plans. He is currently en route to the Blue Window. That will lead us down the path to unlocking Bismarck Extreme. This is Ravana. As you prepare yourself for battle, so too does Ravana. Within Thostok, he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children. But those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time. Nay, you must devise a new way of approaching the Lord of the Hive's domain. Consult with the storyteller, the Elder of the Voth, and he will aid in this endeavor. Take this bauble. 'Tis known among the Noth as the Burning Eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you'll know what to do. I want to see what this does. Warring Triad is the collective term for three immensely powerful icons that were brought into existence during the twilight of the Third Astral Era. Summoned by the native tribes of Mericidia, these entities were set against the encroaching forces of the Allagan Empire. Strength of a primal is determined by the fervent prayers of its faithful, and as the Mercidians' prayers called for saviors with the power to throw back an imperial invasion, the resulting incarnations were perforce imbued with nigh incalculable might. The Elegans were capable of conquering such godlike beings, while illustrates the incredible heights to which their technology had ascended. The implacable empire subdued and imprisoned the warring triad, shackled them to machinery that sustained the Icon's form, whilst at the same time leeching away their infinite energies. For 5 millennia did the warring triad languish thus in dreaming servitude, their slumber undisturbed, until Archbishop Thordon VII of Ishgard rattled the bars of their cage. The Archbishop had come to Osislaw, seeking to absorb the Three's power and to make himself a god without rival. It was fortunate, then, that the Warrior of Light and his companions thwarted Thordon before he realized his tyrannical ambitions. But the victory was not without consequence. The violence of the battle cracked the seals that keep the Triad in torpor, and the Icons have begun to stir. Worse, the Garlean Empire and their heavy-handed efforts to plunder the secrets of Osislaw threatened to drag them into full wakefulness. Terrible entities must be destroyed before they arise in all their cataclysmic splendor. That's just lore. Nothing else to it. Just a little bit of lore. Person 1, what do you want, Vipana? Well, seeing as you're back to Prite, I take it you found the stuff I asked for? Yes, yes, and yes. Good. Now let's... hold on a moment. You trying to cheat me out of a book with these? Bombard core is missing a bit, and there's half of the sacred spring water, and take no upstanding head hair neither. Now, I'm not blaming ye. You must see that trading a rare and precious book for trinkets ain't fair. But I believe in second chances, and I'm willing to settle for something else. Something like the horn of the beast that prowls Dizarmael Darkhold. Aye, and god machine bang plate from Bray Fox's Longstop will do nicely. Now, tain't as if either grows on trees. Truth it is. Would have more luck finding, well, a gun machine bang plate on a tree. Of course, that's why money dilettantes will pay a small fortune for 2 such rare pieces. If you bring them to me, you'll get your book, and a kiss, so you will. How about just the book part? Just the book part? No kiss? This is an unlock that I need to be kissed for. Greetings, sir. How may I assist you this eve? Got a letter for you? Very well. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. As you are doubtless aware, there are wealthy individuals who covet certain items, but who would rather pay others to procure them. The Rhina's House of Splendors is glad to receive the custom of such individuals. To supply these collectibles, we turn to men and women such as you who possess the talents to craft or procure them. Compensation will be commensurate to the collectability of items provided and paid in scripts, which can be exchanged for all manner of fine wares. You may sell these items to the house at any of our branch offices, including those in Limsa, Laminsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. Please be advised that these terms are not negotiable, sir. We appreciate your understanding. You can now craft and gather collectibles. Collectibles can be traded for crafter and gatherer scripts by speaking with appraisers employed by Rowayna's House of Splendors. These scripts can be exchanged for items usable by disciples of the hand or land. To learn more about collectibles, speak with Laird Alona. There's another. have obtained a collectible. The higher an item's I have. Collectibles can be stacked. Can't be consumed. Whereas it can only crafted as collectibles. These can be found both in its description and the collectibles crafting log. So, Beloved of the Builder. Yeah, let's just choose a specialist. Go West Craftsman. Yeah, this one I actually want to do. Mayhap you have heard that Rowena's House of Splendors is expanding its operations? I'm proud to say that these rumors are true. We've established a presence in Idleshire, far to the west in the Dravanian hinterlands. Should you find yourself passing through, it may be prudent to introduce yourself to our representatives. Present this letter to them, and they will know you for one of our suppliers. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. That just lets you pick one of your crafting classes as a specialist. Forget the specifics of what that does, but... Ah, that was quick. You sure you have everything? Even the brass kettle? Yep. Yep. And yep. You're gonna complain about it, aren't you? Me, aren't these lovely? Thank you, young one. I wish I could afford to buy such goods every day, but I've been tightening the purse strings of late. I should like to leave my son a tidy sum after I die. Not too much, of course, but enough that he can find a home for himself. Would that my husband were alive to watch over Yieldwine after I'm gone. Yet it is better not to dwell on what could have been. I must set my son on his own 2 feet. Mark my words, young one. Treasure hunting will not end well for him. The same as... Oh, never mind who. The point is, nothing I say can convince him to give it up. Perhaps it would carry more weight coming from an adventure. Well then, I have another task for you. Persuade my son to stop chasing treasure. He is somewhere in western Lenosha, I believe. If you can make him see the folly of his ways, then that crystal is yours. Okay. That's the repeatable you need elsewhere in this quest line, and then... Save your turn, adventure. Have you found our base material? Ah, the fabled resin of Alag. An odd substance, I grant you. None alive know the true extent of its powers, or less their source. I believe, however, that any attempt to recreate the arm of a Zodiac Brave will founder without a base material as mutable as other. This resin is one such substance. It will readily take on the qualities of whatever we choose to add to it. Which brings us on to the question of exactly what to add. Plainly, the compound must needs the indorate at heart, lest it break during battle. Supple enough that no blow may make it shatter. A Val Bubo of the kind sometimes found within the Aurum Veil will provide ample rigidity. Born of brimstone and mithril, there's no more unyielding in ore. As for suppleness... A piece of voidweave would seem the ideal choice. If rumors to believe, it is a cloth bound together by magics from the Dark Realm. Cannot speak for the truth of such claims, of course, but I do know the fabric has only ever been found in areas where Verd sent roam in great numbers. I hear that acquiring these materials will require no small amount of effort on your part, but we can afford to compromise on quality if our dream of wielding a legendary arm is to become reality. Well, Hockey men are hard. So, Western Lenosha is... Ildwine. Oh, he's in Swift Perch. Reed, Archon, Reed. Day in and day out, I hunch and I hunch, but I've nothing to show for me troubles. It'll be years before I can bring mine plenty bloody cheer. Of course, plummeting to me death won't make her less glum neither. Ah, when did you get here? Oh gosh, just gut. I need something to soothe me nervous after the start you gave me. Eh? You came on Ma's behalf? I'll wager she wants you to put paid to me treasure hunting days. Save your Sherman friend. I ain't changing me ways. One's a treasure hunter through and through. Hells, couldn't earn enough gil for watery grog if I tried me hand at something else. Knowing me heart of hearts, there me one great treasure still out there, and I ain't quitting till I've got it. Of course, no one said I've got to go to it on me own. How'd you feel about hunting me treasure for me? I just trades me last pair of shucks for a tip or three sheep, or this. There's rich lost somewhere in the Porky, Sirish, and the Tamtara Deepcroft. Now, they're a bit too perilous for old Yieldwine, but a venture like you will be just fine, won't she? If any one of those treasures is big enough for me and Ma to live like kings, then I solemnly swear to give up treasure hunting. Crush me heart. The Porkeep, Pharaoh Sirius, Tomtar, Deepcroft hard, and then you. Are you again? Separate. Oh, right. Duh. You're over near Mongol. The Transmog. No. Good lord, I am blanking on his name. The disenchanter guy in the. Materia guy. Seriously, what's your name? Budimix. That's who I was trying to think of. The deed's on, sir. Have you a vial of the king disfigure's blood? Yes, how disgusting. See how it oozes, sir. This viscosity means untold power. I shall begin to distill the essence from this blood, and you will not trouble with blackwit questions while I'm at it. By which I mean, sir, that our cause will be better served if you make way to Copperbell Mines. It is home to Uranus, the king imprisoned. We seek its blood. Now leave me to my experiments, and I'll leave you to the slaying. Goodbye. Okay, so Copperbell Mines hard. So you do not need to have... Oh, that right. That's annoying. Sell list. There. I forgot that was a thing. You do not need to have the item equipped, and you do not need to do these in any special way. So what you can do here... Let's start out by seeing if I can solo run Copperbell Mines on hard mode. You can unrestricted party this with whatever gear you want. That's the long and short of it. Yeah, we've done this already. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. You guys want to not do that, though? Most time-effective way of doing this, if you're high enough level to solo it. And the only thing you really need to do is beat the final boss. So because these are considered enemies, I can dash to them. Yeah, this will be easy. We can just straight up ignore mechanics. I'm grabbing the items because I need the Grand Company seals. Hey, Mel. Welcome in. How was the rest of your mushroom drawing? Now when you fight this normally, you have to like kite it across the bombs that appear on the floor. Otherwise you're just gonna take way too long to deal actual damage to it. It goes. We are working on one of the more time-consuming grinds in the entirety of the game. Working on getting our relic weapon from a Realm Reborn built up. Oh, do I have to fight you or something? Are you just pressing random numbers after a little bit there? CQX. Yeah, so each of the expansions has what's called a relic weapon, which is like weapons of old that you have to complete a whole bunch of quests and get various weird materials to get your hands on. In a Realm Reborn, which was the original, is the base game now. The Realm Reborn weapons were known as the Zodiac Brave weapons. That's not a real number, Val. It's like 109, but oh no, that's never mind. My brain's fried. Apparently it's 129. Why are we up to 129? You're... That be 104? Yeah, fair. There are like a bajillion Final Fantasies. And or 16 plus. Plus a number that I'm not really like thinking of at the moment. I mean, there's tactics and all the offshoots of tactics. 10 has a sequel, 13 has 2 sequels. 10, there's 4 sequels overall. 1 for 10, 1 for 12, 2 for 13. There's a whole bunch of like side ones that aren't part of the main story. Wait, 9-inch nail albums are numbered? Shows how much attention I pay. There's our Royal Gigant Blood. This is what you wanted, right? Yep, okay. Onos's might is quite legendary. Are you certain you can handle the leader of the Hecaton carries? Yeah, I fought that dude 1v1. He tried to bring friends. It didn't matter. Yes. Spending 3 centuries beneath the ground has imbued the Hecaton carries with an unnatural vitality born of malice. I'm astounded that you survived, in truth. We draw nearer and nearer to our goal. You have no qualms with drawing blood again, yes? Good. Then cross the Doxies Pool to Hullbreaker Isle and kill the King Unchained. Hullbreaker Isle, okay. So let's unclick you and Hullbreaker Isle. See if we can solo this one.